Mayim Bialik.
It is an incredible honor to guest host Jeopardy! When Mayim Bialik first stepped behind the podium, her words carried genuine reverence rather than ambition. For her, Jeopardy! Was not just another television job, but a cultural institution shaped by curiosity, learning, and respect. That reverence would later make her departure from the show deeply personal. While public conversations focused on contracts and ratings, the reality behind the scenes reflected something far more complex, a collision between personal values, corporate expectations, and the unforgiving machinery of Hollywood. Her journey through that moment was not about scandal, but about choice and the cost of standing by it. Roots shaped by history and identity. Mayim Bialik was born on December 12, 1975 in San Diego, California, to parents deeply influenced by their Jewish immigrant heritage. Her family history stretched across Poland, Hungary, and Czechoslovakia, eventually settling in New York before making their way west. That lineage carried with it a strong sense of perseverance, scholarship, and cultural continuity. Her mother, Beverly, was a drama teacher who nurtured creativity, while her father, Barry, pursued writing and business ventures that rarely brought financial stability. From the beginning, Mayim grew up surrounded by stories, some theatrical, some historical, and some deeply personal. A childhood between tradition and modern life. When the family relocated to Los Angeles, Mayim's life became a balance between tradition and a fast-moving secular world. Their household observed Jewish customs, holidays, and rituals, while her school environment reflected mainstream American culture. That duality shaped her early awareness of identity and belonging. As the only girl among three brothers, she often felt overlooked, which quietly fueled her curiosity about human behavior and emotional dynamics. These early feelings of difference would later guide both her academic pursuits and her approach to parenting and advocacy. Stepping into acting at a young age, Mayim's entry into acting came early, not through ambition, but opportunity. At just 12 years old, she appeared in minor roles that introduced her to the realities of professional sets. Her early performances in television dramas and films required emotional maturity well beyond her years. While these experiences opened doors, they also exposed her to the pressures faced by young performers. Long hours, high expectations, and the emotional weight of storytelling that often mirrored real-life hardship. Breakthrough with Beaches. Her breakthrough arrived with Beaches in 1988, where she portrayed the younger version of Bette Midler's character. The role demanded vulnerability and discipline, and the production itself was intense. The film's success catapulted Mayim into national recognition almost overnight. While audiences embraced her performance, behind the scenes she was still a child navigating exhaustion, self-doubt, and sudden visibility. The experience left a lasting imprint, teaching her both the power and the cost of storytelling. Becoming Blossom and growing up in public. In 1990, Mayim landed the role that would define her adolescence, Blossom Russo. The show was groundbreaking in its willingness to tackle emotional and social issues, and it resonated deeply with audiences. Yet the demands of being a teenage lead came with isolation and anxiety. While millions watched her weekly, Mayim often felt alone off camera. The line between her personal life and her character blurred, especially as her own family faced change during those years. Acting became both refuge and burden, choosing education over comfort. When Blossom ended in 1995, Mayim made a decision that surprised many. She stepped away from acting to pursue higher education. At UCLA, she immersed herself in neuroscience, Hebrew, and Jewish studies. Walking away from Hollywood at 19 was not easy, but it allowed her to reclaim her identity outside of fame. She supported herself through voice acting and part-time work, intentionally distancing her academic life from her celebrity past. Struggles and growth in academia college was not a smooth path. Undiagnosed ADHD made focus and structure challenging, and she faced moments of academic uncertainty. Rather than quitting, she leaned into research, eventually focusing on Prader-Willi syndrome and the biological roots of behavior. Her perseverance paid off, leading to a PhD in neuroscience in 2007. Along the way, she encountered skepticism for being a former actress in a scientific field, but her work spoke for itself. Returning to television with The Big Bang Theory, After nearly a decade away from live-action roles, Mayim returned to television in 2010 as Amy Farrah Fowler on The Big Bang Theory. The role uniquely merged her scientific background with her acting experience. Amy evolved from a guest character into a central figure, and Mayim became an advocate for scientific accuracy on set. Her performance earned critical acclaim, multiple award nominations, and renewed public admiration. Navigating fame, motherhood, and advocacy. Outside of acting, Mayim's life drew attention for her outspoken views on parenting, mental health, and wellness. She shared her experiences openly, sometimes inviting controversy, but always with sincerity. Her books and public speaking emphasized informed choice, compassion, and emotional awareness. While not every opinion was universally accepted, her willingness to engage thoughtfully set her apart from many public figures. Stepping into the Jeopardy spotlight. In 2021, Mayim joined Jeopardy as a guest host during a period of transition for the show. Her approach was warmer and more conversational, resonating with some viewers while challenging others' expectations. When she later became a co-host, it marked a professional milestone that aligned with her respect for education and intellectual curiosity. A values-based turning point. During the 2023 writers' strike, Mayim chose not to cross the picket line, prioritizing solidarity over contractual obligation. That decision altered her relationship with the show. While public narratives focused on logistics and ratings, Mayim later shared that the moment forced her to reassess what success meant to her. The outcome was painful, both financially and emotionally, but it reinforced her belief that principles matter, even when the cost is high. Reinvention beyond the podium. Following her exit from Jeopardy, Mayim shifted her focus toward podcasting, writing, and advocacy. She spoke candidly about the emotional impact of career transitions and the importance of resilience. Rather than framing her experience as a defeat, she treated it as a recalibration, one that allowed space for healing, creativity, and reflection. A legacy of complexity and courage. Mayim Bialik's story defies simple categorization. She is not just a child star, a scientist, or a television host, but a person who has repeatedly chosen growth over comfort. Her career reflects the reality that success is rarely linear, and that integrity often demands sacrifice. Through curiosity, resilience, and a willingness to evolve, she continues to shape a legacy rooted not in perfection, but in authenticity. The lesson beneath the spotlight. In the end, Mayim's journey is not about fame gained or lost, but about alignment between values, work, and self. In an industry driven by visibility, she reminds us that meaning is found in the intention. Her story resonates not because it is flawless, but because it is human, reminding us that standing still in who you are can sometimes be the bravest move of all.